Welcome to our Invisible Forces video series, where we explore forces that you can't see with your naked eye. Brought to you by SciExchange and Let's Talk Science.
Hi, my name is Vincent Hui, and I'm the Associate Chair for the Department of Architectural Science. Architecture is the study of how we can design spaces, in particular buildings that surround us. I also happen to teach every so often to make sure that people learn a few things about architecture and engineering. But more importantly, I also have the fun task of dealing with experiential learning, where my students can apply their ideas to the design, detail, and delivery of architectural projects. So what you might be seeing right now are a couple of images of a project that my students have been able to take from their minds that they imagined, and they were able to put it together, but they had to know a few basic things about science, specifically gravity, to make it happen. Gravity is a force of attraction between masses. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the entire galaxy together. Mass is basically the amount of stuff or matter that makes up an object. So for example, your body right now, the mass would include everything from your skin, your hair, your eyes, everything that's inside, your blood, everything that's inside you. That's the substance that makes you up. Just think of it this way. The greater the mass an object has, the greater the pull it exerts. So if you think about it, the sun is one of the biggest masses that we've got in our galaxy right now, and it's pulling the Earth in its orbit. At the same time, the Earth is pulling in the moon, water, and people, and even buildings to itself so that they don't float off into space. How can you detect or feel gravity? Well, you feel gravity when you're sitting and standing or even just reading right now in front of your computer. And though you can't really feel it, it's just pretty much keeping you down in place. You're not moving. But a more apparent version of that would be when you are moving. When you're walking or running, every time you lift up your leg and move, guess what? When your leg wants to go down, that's gravity. I think it's most notable when you're jumping. When you jump up, guess what? You come down. That's gravity pulling you down, right? And then when you ask yourself, how does it affect our daily lives? Well, as I said before, when you go up, you come back down. In small instances, you take an elevator, you are pulled up. So you are actually accelerating up beyond gravity, and gravity, you can feel it. You feel getting pulled down. Similarly, when you're walking upstairs or ramps, again, you're going up against gravity and you're faced with a little bit of effort. You have to put a little bit of effort into moving. At a larger level, in buildings, we see roofs and columns holding up snow, rain, people, materials. And we're basically, as architects, we're always trying to design really cool looking buildings. And unfortunately, sometimes we really test it. We don't want to have as many walls and columns in the floor plans or in our buildings. So architects, we tend to fight gravity all the time. We tend to try to make buildings with fewer columns and fewer walls so that, hey, we can enjoy a better space. Hey, remember what I said about mass? Well, I know it's really hard to think about this way, but I said earlier that the sun was one of the biggest masses that we've got in our galaxy, but some of you might have heard about these things called black holes. So it's got such a huge amount of mass that not only does it suck everything around it, but it has the ability to suck in even light. And that's pretty cool to me.